fast. He can't hit the hole. He's not that good. He's just big. That's why he has so many touchdowns, because Brady could literally have 40 touchdowns in 12 games. But no, he wanted to be nice, and he goes, fine. Look, Garrett, you big 260-pound load. Just go and dive into the end zone. Oh, my God.
I think he's a pretty good running back.
He's average. He's average. Average. Not great. Not tremendous.
Average running backs.
Running backs take 7 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he's big. You know when you go by yards per...
Being big is part of being a good running
He
back.
gets stuffed sometimes. but
That's like saying like he's not a good. That's like saying like he's not a good receiver. He just has great hands and can run really fast. It's not a great receiver.
He's 30th in yards per attempt. He's not efficient. He's not a playmaker. He's a guy who's just big. Give it to James Devlin, and James Devlin could do the same exact thing. Just be big. Yes, he could.
Joe.
No, actually, yeah, I've seen them hand it off
Joe,
to James Devlin. It's
just
not
because
doesn't work.
Just because he,
If Devlin could do that, he'd be doing it, just to be clear. He can't. This is the pros, dude.
like, yes, he gets stuffed sometimes, but like that's not always his fault. Like,
He's fine.
I'll go out and I'll agree with you and say, overall in his career, he's been probably an average running back, but he's having a well above average year.
He's having a fine... Okay, let's start the show so I can...
I mean, I've recorded the last 2 minutes.
This is good. This is good material. Keep this.
I mean, is this how you want to start it? Just
Yes.
You screaming into the mic, fraud, fraud.
Fact.
Someone's gonna make like a
Not opinion.
a propaganda commercial. Guys are gonna edit everything. It's gonna be like Falcons are frauds. Falcons are frauds.
Honestly, get some clicks. Let's get some views. Let's
You
get
know
some
what?
hot takes.
Let's just start the show. I'm not even gonna stop it. All right, welcome back to the Game Time Decision. I'm here with Ben. Hey, say hi, Ben.
Hi.
And Joe.
Hi. That was a little outtake.
Yeah, so
just-
I don't know if we're gonna keep that or not, but we, you know,
we
it's
should.
between the AFC Championship, the NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl. So we're probably gonna talk about that.
And the Pro Bowl, huge game.
I don't even know what that is. So
I couldn't name like any of the players that are about to be in.
Kirk
it.
Cousins?
I have absolutely no notes written down. So let's start off with the big debate for Joe right now. What is your non-quarterback Super Bowl MVP?
So I just thought we're gonna give up. We're gonna name like wild card Super Bowl MVPs, one from each team, who we think could be, and we're not gonna pick the quarterbacks because that's obvious and it's just not creative or fun. So I have two. I'll start with the Atlanta Falcons. I have Taylor Gabriel. I think that obviously Bill Belichick takes away your biggest weapon, and I think Taylor Gabriel will be the number 2 guy. I know a lot of people say Mohamed Sanu. He was the big acquisition they had in the offseason from Cincinnati. But Taylor Gabriel's really burst onto the scene. He's quick, fast as lightning, small, dynamic, and I think he's just the guy who could give the Patriots fits. And I'm going to look this up right now, but I'm not sure if he's done a lot of stuff in special teams, like returning kicks and stuff, but he's just the speedster guy to really have a well-rounded game, like in all facets. So I think...
I mean, while he does that, Captain Pierce, what are your thoughts?
On his MVP.
Yeah.
Well, I mean Taylor Gabriel. I mean, I think that the
I've never
Patriots are
heard of
gonna
the guy.
I have. He's
he's
on the
never-
Browns.
He hasn't returned kicks since 2016, but
I'm gonna be
I just
honest.
don't think
2014.
All right, so here's my thoughts on the Falcons. I did not watch a single game they played until the postseason.
I think I watched about one.
I heard they were good, but it didn't really register in my mind. And I could only name 2 players on the Falcons, which is Julio Jones and Matt Ryan. Right now, I can probably still name only 2 players on the Falcons, but I have watched them play their last 2 games, and I have to say they're a threat.
I'm kind of take cornered per se because I can't pick the Patriots in big games.
Yeah, you said that last time, but
And
you still did.
I said they should. No, the way I phrased it, I said they should.
I mean,
win.
you want to talk about what Phil was saying? I mean, he kind of was skeptical, you know?
Phil Sims.
Phil Perry.
Phil
I mean,
Perry. I don't know why I saw
The
Phil
Patriots
Sims.
were really never in a position where like we had to worry.
He usually says dumb
I mean, it
things.
was 7-3 at the beginning, but other than that, I mean, the game wasn't really in reach for the Steelers.
No, it wasn't. And
Wait, Phil Perry was skeptical of the AFC Championship game?
Yeah,
he
thought
picked them to win, but
so many people were. So many.
He said he picked the Pats, but he said the Steelers were like a big threat.
you know why
And
I
he-
think it is because
was it Shazier? Was he said he was afraid
Shazier
of?
and Dupree.
Yeah.
I didn't see him do one. I didn't see either
Exactly.
of them do one thing the whole
Yeah.
game.
Here's the thing: we never knew how good the Patriots were, and are. Up until that game, really, and even now, per se, because they haven't been tested. Who have they played that's a really good team? I know they played the Seahawks, and they lost. And that was a great game.
They
And
should have won that game.
That was an awful game. I don't know.
defense-
That was such a boring.
That was
game.
the worst game defense put out.
That was a very good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Up to the getting stuffed at the goal line by that average running back.
horrible,
LeGarrette Blount,
horrible play call.
Who could not punch.
Horrible
it in.
play call to throw it to Gronk on the fade. That was a horrible play call.
That's true.
And there should not have been a flag. So
but I digress from that game. But still, we never really been tested. We played like Houston and Arizona, and those were like our biggest tests other than the Seahawks. I mean, all year, who did we play? We played LA Rams with Jared Goff. We played Ryan Fitzpatrick, Christian Hackenberg, Cody Kessler, Colin Kaepernick. You name a bad quarterback, the Patriots probably played him this year. Even when we played Pittsburgh earlier, we played Landry Jones. We didn't play Big Ben. So we didn't know how the Patriots would do against an elite quarterback. And Russell Wilson, the only, I would say, top 10 quarterback we played all year, torched us. So we didn't know how we were. How good our defense was, per se.
Yeah, wait. When we played the Steelers, Big Ben was out, right?
Big Ben was out.
Yeah, okay.
So Russell Wilson was the only legitimate good quarterback we played. And that kind of – so we don't know. But I think our defense showed us a lot. And against the Falcons, very good offense. They're not a fraudulent offensive team, although they kind of are.
Okay, but the defense.
Their defense it's young, and I think they could be good, but it's just not their year. And the thing with the Patriots is that they're so well-rounded. It's just, and this isn't like an all-time great Patriots team. I can name in the past, in the Brady Belichick era, I could probably name 7 or 8 more talented Patriots teams. I think this is probably on the lower end. I think the 2014 team was better. Last year's team was better.
They had too many injuries.
Yeah, but
Gronk was
our choke teams are awful. You know, our choke teams just didn't have it in them this year. The Broncos, the Giants, they just didn't. You know,
You're talking about like
the teams that we choke against.
yeah.
oh
exactly.
yeah.
The
Oh,
Ravens,
yeah.
we lost.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's what made me feel so good.
Huge. Like you know.
The Patriots haven't choked against the Ravens in a long time.
They did in 2013 and 2009.
12.
And
it was 12.
12. It was.
Look
It
what
was.
you've
The
done,
game was
Ben.
in
Look what you've
13.
done.
It was the 2012 season. The game was in 2013.
Back to my reactions about Taylor Gabriel as his MVP. Like, okay, I get it. He's like good. He's like he's the under the radar guy. If you want to, people would label him as that because he's the third receiver on the team. He's still good. I just don't think he'd be enough where he would be just unstoppable. Like they shut down Sanu, they shut down Jones, which they won't do. They'll contain Jones, and Sanu will probably not be enough to carry the team. Just like I say, Taylor Gabriel would not be enough to carry the offense if they shut down the other two. So I just don't think it's like plausible in terms of him being able to take over a game.
Right. So who's yours, Ben?
For the Falcons, other than Matt Ryan,
Devonta Freeman.
I don't know.
I knew who he was.
They could give a. I just don't see like when teams play the Patriots, the offense. No one on the offense takes over.
Yeah, like we were all expecting Le'Veon Bell to be like sick, but like
Yeah.
Well, he got
we
hurt.
took him out, you know, and
And
then,
he
he
got-
got hurt. Yeah.
So it's hard to pick someone on the offense, and the defense is really bad. So even though they did play well against Green Bay,
Did you see people?
I would probably go with the 2 running backs if I had to go with on offense. They could give a co-MVP to the
Okay.
2 running backs.
The 2 running backs. Did you guys just another tangent? Did you guys see people complaining about the fumble with Brady and whatnot? Do you remember that?
Oh, and they said. I mean,
You couldn't see it. You couldn't
do
see
I
it.
think he fumbled? I do. Was
Yeah.
it the right call on the field? Yes, because there was no conclusive evidence. Bringing it back to Le'Veon Bell, and the Patriots were stopping him. But then, did you see for like the first like
What was it? His groin?
his groin?
Yeah.
The first like handful of plays, like the first few series after Bell was out, D'Angelo Williams was gashing the Patriots.
Yeah, he
defense.
was.
And you know what it was? And I think Belichick, because Le'Veon Bell has the style of running where he's so patient and he'll just sit back behind the line.
He's
He's
shifty.
revolutionizing
Yeah.
the game.
Okay.
According to him.
He's shifty.
So I think that Bill Belichick had them so prepared to say, all right, you got to stay back. Because like on the few runs that Bell did have, the Patriots were just waiting for him. And he never, and they were ready for him perfectly. Like they had his kryptonite. But once you brought in a north-south runner, a guy who runs and as
He
soon as
just
he gets the
guns
ball,
it up the
he
middle.
hits the hole.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for that. So I honestly, before there was conclusive, before we had the official report that Bell was hurt, I honestly thought that was a smart tactical move by Tomlin, as crazy as it sounds, to take out the best running back in the game, but for a few series, have a change of pace back in there to kind of throw them off balance, and then bring Bell back in and kind of throw the Patriots off. So I thought that was actually a tactical move rather than just an injury.
All right.
I really, really don't think that. I like what you said about how they were getting kind of thrown off because of the patience, but I really doubt they took their best player on the team out of the game as a tactical thing.
No,
They didn't, but it would actually. I'm not saying the whole game, but I'm saying for like a series.
But he never came back.
No,
I know. I'm saying that's what I thought at first.
I think
before.
just D'Angelo Williams went in and just played very well.
D'Angelo Williams is a good running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an old dude, but he's
He
pretty
was
good.
catching some balls too.
About the Super Bowl MVP for the Patriots, though, I'm thinking leaning towards like a linebacker like Dante Hightower like Kyle Vanoy, because I feel like Matt Ryan, he would try to like force some throws, and I feel like they could really terrorize him like in the middle of the field, because I feel like they'll take away anything deep, just like the Patriots have done like the whole season. So he'll be forced to throw like the short passes, the short game. They won't have like a deep game. They won't get a lot of yards after the catch. So if like one of those linebackers gets a pick and like a sack, I could totally see one of them picking Matt Ryan off. Then they would probably win it, if not for anyone on the offense. That would be like what I'd lean for, other than like Brady on the Patriots.
I agree with that. I had Devin McCourty because I think that if you told me
Force throws, interceptions.
yeah, and I think he's the most likely to kind of make an interception, because I think what they're gonna do, like they're not even gonna really throw the ball like Julio Jones's way, and like so Malcolm, like they might, but like I think for the most part Julio Jones is gonna kind of be neutralized. So I don't think Butler will really be like in there to make like a key interception.
They're gonna try to come up with like elaborate stuff, like they're gonna do something with the new running it
or
again.
if they do, like I think having like if you put McCourty over the top, that if there were like a tip ball that like McCourty could make a play. And honestly, here's what I could kind of see happening, as crazy as this sounds, like it kind of coming down to a Hail Mary and McCourty picking it off in the end zone, which I think
it's not outrageous.
That's your prediction. So if you were listening earlier, Joe was ranting about my guy, which was LeGarrette Blount. I went into the season thinking he wasn't going to make the team. I just didn't think he was a good running back anymore. In this season, he's proved me wrong. He doesn't go down easy. He scored a lot of touchdowns, and he does what he's basically built to do, to stuff the ball what he needs to. And sometimes, he's fast. He may not be quick, but I still think he's fast. And sometimes he does get stuffed, but that's not necessarily his fault.
Blunt is a fine running back. He's not a liability, but he's not a playmaker.
How do you think he felt when he walked off the field beating his former team?
I think he was happy to be going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the reason why the Patriots won. I mean, the Patriots didn't run the ball until we were already up.
Didn't Le'Veon beat out his spot?
Well, yeah, Le'Veon Bell was.
That's funny. He was on the bench.
Yeah, and he just that good for him, because then he came back to the Patriots and won a Super Bowl.
And then here's
and he's probably gonna win another one.
No, I mean like at the end of the
Let's
game.
hope so, Ben. Don't jinx it.
Le'Veon was on the bench with an injury, watching the guy who he beat out on the other team smoke him.
I mean, I wouldn't go Blunt.
So you think he's a fine running back?
He's decent. I'm not gonna say he's bad. But you know what? You see these numbers and 18 touchdowns. It's a ridiculous number. But they were not. The majority of those touchdowns were not plays that pretty much any other running back of his size could make. And that's the thing. The Patriots O-line has been really good. The way I look at it is you have to look at yards per attempt.
Oh, this is where you're gonna kill him. This is gonna be the stat 3.9. He's bad.
3.9.
He exactly. That would happen to be 3.9, which is 30th.
And you want them to give the ball to
I don't believe in the running game.
Lewis?
No, I'm not against them giving the ball on the goal line because he's effective there. Although he did get
can
stuffed.
get first downs too. It takes lots of guys to take him down if he has space.
But here's the thing. Here's the misconception with whenever you see Blunt make these big runs or make these big hurdles, he never. Actually, you have to go back to week 2 against Miami where he did make some big runs and played well. But usually, 90% of the time, when Blunt A has big games or B makes these unreal runs, it's when the Patriots are up and they're up by a lot. They want to kill the clock, and once he breaks into the secondary.
Yeah, I was going to say, once he gets to the hole, he's got so much momentum, and the secondary aren't as big as the
you have
D-line. Right.
You have a 190-pound cornerback trying to tackle a 260-pound behemoth of a man, and it's not going to happen, especially when you get into cold weather games. Their hands are cold.
And
their
that
muscles
should
are
factor
tightening up.
into his.
But when has LeGarrette Blount had a big game in a big game?
AFC Championship game, 2014.
Okay, I'm saying
Thank you, Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, I know it was against the Colts, but
Okay,
big game.
but
Against the Colts in the 2013 playoffs.
I know, but those are blowouts. That's what I'm saying. When has LeGarrette?
Well, yeah,
Blount,
but he was running the ball the whole game.
But
And another thing is, like, when you say they're blowouts and they're up big.
look at the Patriots' game plan, though. LeGarrette Blount was not part of the Patriots' game plan to start the game. He never is.
Yes, because they have Tom Brady.
Yeah, they go out throwing the ball all day,
And when they
then you
hand
hand
off,
the ball,
you'll see Dion Lewis.
He's starting the spread.
Dion Lewis is a far superior running back.
In terms of
overall.
versatility, yes. In terms of being able to run out. Dion Lewis does not have the durability. You could not hand the ball off to Dion Lewis like 35
I
times
can
in a
name
game.
so many more running backs I'd take over
Yeah,
LeGarrette
there are
Blount.
running backs you
I'll
take
take
over
about
him.
there are
He's not the
20
best in the league or
There
anything.
are 20 backs probably better than LeGarrette Blount.
20?
20.
To be blunt, I mean, I think he's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I just can't stand when like these Patriots yahoos and they say, "Oh, he's blunt force trauma. He's a great running back." He's
Well,
the
blunt force
best."
trauma is just a nickname, you know.
All right, well, I guess my prediction is he's going to have a big game.
I mean, there's definitely 20 receivers in the league who are better than Chris Hogan, but he had a great game against the Steelers. I like Chris Hogan a lot.
My prediction for the game, LeGarrette Blount. If the game is a game, like it's not a blowout, LeGarrette Blount will have less than 50 yards.
Have you ever even thought about
Yes, because the
predictions?
game
I
will
haven't.
because if the game is close, they will be throwing. That's what they do. They throw. They don't run that much. They're not unless they find out right away that they can run on this team, then they are not going to run it. If they're not getting anything, they stop, and they win with Brady. That's how they do it.
If you watch LeGarrette Blount enough, you'll see he's not a running back that you can rely on.
All
really
right, if
carry
you're
the
just going
team.
to repeat he's not something you can rely on and just talk about his yards per carry stat, maybe we should talk about why the Green Bay Packers could not score against the Falcons.
I think, and Ben can agree or disagree with this.
Yeah, this is Ben's
I know this will be
sweet
good.
spot.
No, this will be
The
good.
Green
guys.
Bay Packers are a bad football team with a great quarterback who was able to carry them.
I agree with that completely.
Who was able to carry them
Roger Dodger.
for and in one of the best unprecedented runs in a 10-week period.
I'll turn you back.
I can't
on
wait
now
to
'cause
go.
You've returned to a normal.
I
volume.
can't wait to go. I can't wait.
He carried his team on his back for 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks. Well, for like 7, 8, 9 weeks, whatever. Whenever they ran the table, let's see. Wait, they were 4-6, right? They ended up with
they
10
lost
wins.
to the Redskins 42-24.
Now,
and that's when they
At the hands of Mike
Could
Hurt.
we expect a Roger Dodger part 2?
Or part.
No,
Yeah.
I'll let him finish and then I'll go.
Basically, Aaron Rodgers was unbelievable
Or you can go too if you want.
for
No,
10 weeks.
I'm just asking the question.
And he carried a very subpar team, but it just wasn't enough, especially on the road. Ben?
Okay, so here's what I think. Yes, I think the Packers are not a good team. Aaron Rodgers, he is great. He did prove me wrong with something I didn't know, which is he does have the ability to lead a team, even if he's not the most leader guy. Like I trust in Tom Brady's consistency to always, be positive and lead his team and have everyone trust in him. I did not have that trust in Aaron Rodgers whatsoever. And I still believe that he might be the most overrated player of all time. People love him like more than they should. Like people say he did not guarantee they were going to win. I've heard and I didn't think this was true at first, but I've heard so many analysts say he guaranteed that they'd win the games. He didn't say that. He just said I think if we play well, we can win these games. He didn't say I guarantee we will win every game from here on out. But I do think that the team is bad. I think Mike McCarthy makes some puzzling decisions sometimes. He and Aaron Rodgers, I do not believe, have a great relationship. I don't care what people say, because Aaron Rodgers is always hanging out with fake Mike McCarthy on the sideline, which is the quarterback coach who looks just like Mike McCarthy. And I am really impressed with what I saw from his run. When they were losing big, I didn't blame it on him completely, but I did believe that he doesn't have the leadership. He doesn't have it. He cannot. What?
Ben Pierce, here, not to cut you off, but here's my question:
Okay.
Can you admit that Aaron Rodgers is at least the second best quarterback in the NFL? Can you do that, please?
This season?
Just overall, if you were starting a team
in
for
a
the
vacuum.
2017,
All right, we'll do it
2018 year.
All right, we'll do it in a vacuum. Yeah, I would take him over other guys because Andrew Luck has fallen off.
Not even Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan this season has been great, but put him in a vacuum. I don't think he can lead a team without requisite weapons. He's kind of
Yeah.
he's comparable to
No,
Donovan.
you're right.
Okay, not go off on a tangent, but Matt Ryan's like Donovan McNabb. He is a good player. He's been there in the playoffs. He hasn't exactly gotten it done. He's gotten to a Super Bowl. He's playing Tom Brady. I don't think he's gonna win.
I was kind of
personally.
felt remember how Nick
And I don't think he's
Foles-
gonna have another great season after this one.
Remember when Nick Foles went on that stretch where he was just
27 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel like Matt Ryan's been, but just kind of like a more enhanced version for this
Oh
season.
no! Well, Matt Ryan.
That's not the same thing.
Nick Foles
came out of
was
nowhere.
hot garbage
He came out of nowhere
every year. Matt Ryan has been a
He's been
top
like-
10 quarterback
I
for the
don't know,
past
for
8
me,
years.
he's
Not
kinda-
top 10.
He's kind of flown.
He's been a top 10,
top
all right.
top 10 quarterback for the past 8 years.
Okay, back to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So I was really impressed, and he was doing it all because I don't think the team's good. I don't think the coach is a great coach. I think he's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach. If without Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't really win. I still think Aaron Rodgers is arrogant and dismissive and not a great leader. I just think that he did impress me with what he was able to do with his skill, which I already knew about. But I still would take. It doesn't change my mind in terms of what I know he's like capable of, and I still stand by what I said about him early in the season. And I think that when they lost, he had a big reason to do with that as well.
Well,
There you
Ben,
have it.
one thing I can say, and I do think when it comes to Beck, his leadership ability, I just don't think he's a very likable guy. Cause
He's not.
You hear the thing about him and his family, how he
Yeah.
just doesn't.
I completely believe that.
I know. And the thing is, if you can't get along with your own family and you don't want to talk to your own family, then what is going to stop you from turning on guys in a football locker
What is
room?
it like the saying? Like success at home is the key to success at work. I don't know.
Starts at home or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it all starts at the house.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
mean, he does. I don't. If he does that stupid celebration, how am I supposed to like you? Like, imagine if
Discount
Brady.
double check?
Yeah, imagine if Brady had a celebration that he did every time that he did in a commercial. That would be like the biggest jerk move.
Tom Brady could do whatever he wanted, and we would still love him.
Yeah,
Come on,
we
Ben.
would. But think about what the haters would think about that.
Well, who cares what the haters think? The haters are going to hate him anyway. We're going to love him anyway. What difference does it make?
If Tom Brady stopped being a classy guy, I wouldn't like him anymore.
If Tom Brady went and slit my wrists and killed me, I would still love him from heaven.
Okay.
If he won his 5th ring.
Okay.
If he won his 5th ring. Yeah, I knew they were going to run out of gas. I didn't think they were going to win against the Falcons. I didn't think it'd be that bad. I think Aaron Rodgers played great. No, he did not play nowhere near as good as he played in the previous 2 playoff games. And I don't think it's just because all of a sudden the team had nobody.
Yeah, well,
'cause
Jordan
they had
Nelson-
nobody before
yeah,
that.
he got
Jordy
hurt.
Nelson had a Kevlar military-grade vest on.
Yeah.
Because he broke his ribs. Cut the guy.
Yeah,
Aaron
that's what I mean.
Rodgers
That's
is
what I
a
mean.
great
Like
quarterback.
when Jordy Nelson got hurt, it was
Aaron Rodgers.
that was part of the downfall.
I'm sold now. I'm also sold that he's the most talented of all time. I am sold on that.
Yeah.
I am not sold.
yeah, that
on,
guy's got a laser.
I'm really not sold on anything else. Really not. I was impressed by what he was able to do with his talent to win that game against Dallas.
Will Aaron Rodgers win another Super Bowl in his career?
It's tough to call.
How old's Aaron Rodgers?
33.
He's 33.
Oh.
His team
Hmm.
isn't good right now. He's carrying the team. He can only carry them so far because he doesn't have the greatest leadership intangibles. I would lean towards no.
I'm a no.
I'm a no. Yeah, I'm leaning towards no.
I'm a
leaning-
no.
You're a no? You don't think he's going to?
I'm a no.
Why?
Because I think that
I think the coaching situation in Green Bay.
coaching situation, and they're a notoriously cheap organization.
Yeah, they don't like
They
they
don't-
don't
Right.
get any free agents.
They,
right?
they never get free agents.
Jared Cook's
They-
like the last free
They
agent.
think
like
they're
they have
better
like,
than they are.
Yeah, I think they're. Yeah.
well, yeah, they're riding out Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
They are.
They're pulling the old "we can do it all with just Tom Brady," but you still need more than that, right? Like just like you used to talk about all the time, right, Joe?
Oh, it used to anger me when the Patriots let go of Darrell Revis. That was.
It worked out.
Would
It
you-
worked out,
would
but
you
I don't
take-
think-
Yeah, would
yeah,
you
I
take
don't-
him back
I was angry.
I
too.
would.
I was
right
angry
now?
I would take him back, not for the money that he's making, but I would still take him.
I think the secondary now might be better than the one of 2014.
Wrong, Ben. That's the dumbest thing you've ever
Look
said.
what you've done, Ben.
Prime Darrell Revis, Brandon Browner, Malcolm
Brandon
Butler,
Browner was horrible. He was so
after he
bad.
left, but with the
He made
Patriots, he
one
was
good
good.
play in the Super Bowl. I'll give him
Logan
that.
Ryan.
He didn't do anything else.
We were 4 cornerbacks deep. You had Chung and McCourty still in their primes. That
Okay.
defense was the best Patriots defense of my lifetime.
It was a good defense. They did have all the requisite players. Revis was playing. Was it Revis' best season? No, but he's still great.
It was still a Hall of Fame season.
Yeah, it was a really good season for Revis. Browner was not good.
Browner was good.
He had one good play in the Super Bowl.
Browner was good.
I can point out many pass interference calls that I remember.
Yeah, okay, yes.
gave up.
He had a target on his back from the refs. He still had a very good year.
And
He's
Logan Ryan was not good that year. That was Logan Ryan's second season, 2014. He had a great rookie season. He had a very down year that year. He was not good that year. And
we had Kyle Arrington, who was
Kyle
he was
Arrington,
a pretty good slot
up until
corner.
the Super Bowl, he was pretty good. And then the Super Bowl he got
Did
burned.
we have a healthy Gronk too?
Okay, maybe they're not. The secondary's not as good.
The
They're
2014
statistically.
Patriots
They're probably
team
statistically as good.
was so good.
They're probably statistically as good, but they're
So
probably
was the
not actually.
2014 Seahawks team.
Oh yeah, the NFL as a whole has gone down a lot. It's not
Right,
a
so
good
the-
league.
The distribution of skill.
Oh, well, that's good. I just want the Patriots to cakewalk their way into the bowl and win.
Yeah, like Michael Bennett, he was asked would you rather play a really good team in the Super Bowl and feel like you earned it, or play a team you don't feel is as good and win? And he goes,
That's a good question, actually.
I want to play the worst team possible because I want to win a Super Bowl.
He already won one though, didn't he?
I'm just saying, do you want to win another one? I'm just I would. If you're telling me by some aberration the Cleveland Browns made it to the Super Bowl and I was Michael Bennett, yeah, I'll play Cleveland over the Patriots. I'd rather take the Super Bowl. I'll take the Super Bowl. Yeah.
No, but I mean, you have to think about it in a real scenario where it wouldn't be the Browns, but maybe the Lions.
Or the Packers with Aaron, with the bad team
But
just with Aaron Rodgers.
But he I'm not saying you can he can lead them to a Super Bowl, but I'm saying he makes them better. I mean, imagine the Texans beat out the Patriots and it was Texans Falcons.
I would rather if I were the Falcons, I would rather play the Texans.
And then like the Texans like all got like the flu and like were just terrible. Like,
I just thought of something. Back to
all right, let's
Aaron
hear it.
Rodgers?
No, what we were talking about didn't matter. Let's hear it.
okay. Was that serious or was that sarcastic?
That's up for you to decide.
Just say whatever you want. But just,
The one section of the team on the Packers that is not like bad and is not
The kicker.
like, not underrated and to not be considered bad. I think the receiving core is very
The
good.
kicker.
A healthy receiving core.
What's-
oh,
who is it again?
Ben, Aaron Rodgers makes them. Jordy Nelson's very good.
Jordy
Randall Cobb is
Nelson
all right.
Nelson is a is a fantastic receiver, and I think he had a great year this. He's
did.
leading the league in touchdowns.
Oh,
And
but he also
Yeah, it's
had
Mason
cracked
Crosby.
ribs.
He's a good kicker.
Mason Crosby's a good kicker, but Jordy Nelson's a great player. 2014 was like one of the best. I watched like every game the Packers played. That was like one of the best seasons by a wide receiver I've like ever seen.
Devontae Adams,
And Devontae Adams this year he was fantastic.
Geronimo Allison.
Okay, fine. Maybe he stinks.
Jared Cook's not that good. He made a
Jared
good
Cook, yes, I agree with that. Jared Cook is a decent player. Got good talent, but he's kind of like Aaron Rodgers. No, just kidding. He's got decent talent.
kind of like Jermichael Finley actually.
Jermichael Finley was really good. I've watched a lot of his highlights. Too bad he had to go out. But I think Jordy Nelson's one of the top five receivers in the NFL. Randall Cobb is a great player. He's a very good player. Like he's probably like
I had Randall Cobb on my fantasy team this year, and I thought he did pretty good.
no, he's like if you watch him, like he's a good player. Devontae Adams is a big guy, and yeah, you can make the argument that Rodgers made him, but this year he had a really good season playing like a.
We did
like
a top 5. I think on like our second.
He plays
show
very big.
Of everything, like remember that we did top. Did we do wide receivers?
Yeah, we did, but we know we had skill.
And the
position
offensive
players.
line is
'Cause
fantastic.
I don't think Jordy Nelson made anyone's list.
No,
Jordy Nelson's fantastic. I
We
actually
all
love
had like
Jordy
OBJ
Nelson.
up.
I'm a
there.
big Jordy Nelson fan,
So just stuff happens.
and I love the offensive line of the Packers. Very good. Very good.
who is it?
offensive
T.J.
line.
Lang, Bulaga.
TJ Lang, Bulaga, and then the tackle. Who's the other tackle?
I don't know how you guys
Can't think
know
of
these guys.
Bakhtiari.
The
He's
O
very-
line.
He's very
The
good.
O
He's very good.
line. Like,
O-line's really good. Receivers are good. So in terms of the offense, other than running back, which I admit they are trash.
And they also let go of Josh Sitton earlier in the year, and that O-line would have been even better because
It
he went to the
would've.
Bears.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That was weird.
Exactly, they don't want to spend money.
And yeah, they don't want to spend money. They're kind of screwing Aaron Rodgers. They are. I admit it. He needs help. He cannot do it all on his own.
I do
maybe
want to
that's
say,
why he doesn't talk to his family. He's just so angry.
I've been
talk to your
hearing a
team.
lot of comparisons between the Atlanta Falcons this year and last year's NFC representative in the Super Bowl, the Carolina Panthers. And I think it's very valid because you look, 2 NFC South teams who have been hit or miss over the past 5 years. They've been good, they've been bad, they've made the playoffs, they've made it to a conference championship game, made it to the divisional round. They have a good quarterback who is a high draft pick, who has been pretty good, but has a MVP year that's an outlier season. They are really good on one side of the ball. Carolina was great on defense last year with Thomas Davis, Kuechly, Norman, Kawan Short. You can go down like that whole team. It was really good. And then you look at the Falcons this year, number 1 offense. Julio Jones, Taylor Gabriel, Freeman, Coleman, Sanu, and just a very solid team there. And you see that they just don't have what it takes to beat a great team in the Super Bowl. And I'm sticking by my statement that the Atlanta Falcons are a fraud team because I was saying all of last year, 15-1, 16-1, 17-1. The Carolina Panthers were a fraud team, and it was proven in the Super Bowl. And if the Falcons win, which I really pray does not happen.
Do you mean fraud in the sense of like Super Bowl teams, or you mean fraud in the sense of the entire NFL for this year?
When I say a fraud team, I mean not a legitimate team that can win a Super Bowl. It's all relative to like what you're saying.
that's why I asked.
Like I'm like the Browns aren't a fraud team because everyone knows they stink and they're just a bad.
So people
team.
think they can do things, but they can't.
So you're saying the Falcons are incapable of winning the Super Bowl?
Yes.
All right,
Like completely incapable.
that's a view.
Like
Even
they have
though-
no chance. That's basically like you're basically saying at this point
That's
since
a
they're in the
view
Super Bowl
he's
that they
entitled to have. But I mean,
But it just doesn't really make sense.
We've been bantering about it for the past 2 weeks as they've literally
If you want to say the
crushed
Panthers,
everything in their path. But hey,
if you want to say the Panthers are a fraud, you want to say the Panthers are. You think now that the Panthers are a fraud this season because of what they showed they were this season after losing, then
no, I think
okay.
the Falcons are legit. I do.
Yeah, this year they obviously are.
They won't be back to another Super Bowl in the Matt Ryan era.
That's what I
But-
actually said that.
But this year they're legit.
Yeah, they are not frauds right now.
They're frauds.
And it's just like the Panthers were not frauds when they
The
won.
Patriots better win the Super Bowl, and honestly, this one will hurt if they lose. I mean, it always hurts when you lose in the Super Bowl.
Here's the
but
difference
they
between
need to win this game.
Here's the difference between Carolina and Atlanta. Carolina, their quarterback is not a leader, and I think Matt Ryan is much more capable of.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is actually concerned with the team, where
Yeah.
Cam Newton was concerned
with himself.
his celebrations and his dab and his folks
Once-
and his.
If Cam Newton goes down big in a game, he doesn't try. Like,
But-
he can't come back. He doesn't do it.
Here's an interesting debate.
He loses his cool, and he's like Richard Sherman. He says they rip out their hearts, and Cam Newton just loses everything.
So okay. Last week, AFC Championship game, Patriots elect to receive. Do you think the Patriots should receive or defer? Because Atlanta's a front-running team, and I don't think that they have the grit to kind of come back and come back and win when they are down early.
Okay, that's a good point. Can I
answer
Yeah,
this?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just always think the smartest thing to do is to defer it to second half. Simply because you know you're going to get the ball in the first quarter. For at least the first half, like that has to happen. But what you want to do is you want to set the tone for your defense. You want to make a statement. You want to show that your defense came to play. You want to stop them first, and you want to drive and you want to score. If you can finish the half and score, and you have the ball coming back, they're not in the mindset to come back at the next half. They're all thinking about they have to defend. You know what I mean? They think the kill hasn't stopped. So that's why I always say defer it.
What about you? What do you say, real quick?
Okay, I'm always a proponent of deferring because I think just having the opportunity to have 2 straight possessions,
Right.
getting the ball at the end of the first half and getting it back in the second, the tone of the game is already established, so you're not jittery. So then once you get your guaranteed possession, you already know what's going on. But the thing and another thing,
And if you're losing, you have the opportunity to start the next half with a nice
I agree.
rally. Yeah.
But against the Falcons, I'm kind of torn because here's the thing. You can either, if you get out ahead of them early, it could kind of kill their spirit. But another thing is, if you do defer, one good thing is their inexperience could bite them. First possession of a game, it's the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan could get jittery, throw a pick, and then the tone is really established that it could be a rout. You kind of look at 2013,
Do you want to
Peyton
throw
Manning
the dice?
taking
Do you want to throw
a
the
safety.
dice on that though?
I think there's
Yeah, that was
Peyton Manning taking the safety on
Do
the
you
first
really
play.
want to throw the dice on?
That wasn't even really Peyton Manning's fault.
Yeah, it was
they
Manny
were not.
Ramirez.
They were not ready for the loudness of that stadium. But anyway, here's my opinion. I
would defer. That's all I'm saying. I
Okay,
would defer. 'cause
I
always
agree
believe in
with
deferring.
like the point you made about why deferring is good, and like the Patriots are really good at it. They score the most points out deferring. But in this game, based on what I saw in the last game,
Take it.
I say take it
Aggressive.
because here's
Okay.
what: if you start out in the spread, the
Bye, Joe.
Falcons defense is not that good, and I feel like if Brady comes out in the spread and he just does the quick passing game, and just like I've seen him do so many times, and they go down and they score, and they don't settle for a field goal on a Malcolm Mitchell drop, and I get it in, which I have complete confidence in them getting it in on the first drive. Like if this is any other team then people are just like, are you being hypothetical? They're going to score, but like I have the most confidence in the Patriots in scoring. So if they score, and then like I said, the Atlanta Falcons might not be capable of coming back. I think they are, considering they did come back to beat the Packers in Week 8. Even like that was a great. And I remember that game. I watched that whole thing. That was like the only Falcons game I watched. And I just remember Matt Ryan coming back and winning 33-32. They're not the Panthers, where if they're down 16-10 with like 11 minutes to go in the Super Bowl, they have no shot of winning. Like when I was watching the Super Bowl, I was like, the Panthers not going to win this. This team, I say, is different, but I say take the ball because their specialty is offense. So that you want to get up on them as fast as possible.
All right.
I will say, like, one last thing, thought on this topic is I really like the Patriots need to win the toss so we can defer. Like, that's, like, huge for me, like, a huge aspect of the game.
Yeah, what are they going to strategically, like, pick the right thing? Like, that's
Like when they-
I'm just saying, like, I think it's a very big advantage to be able to defer.
Yeah,
But in this
it
game,
is.
I don't think it's
in this
that
game.
big of an
Yes,
advantage
exactly.
either way.
Me too.
It's not as important.
Can we rely on the Falcons deferring if they get the toss?
I don't
no,
know.
no. I
The
don't
Falcons
think
will
so.
take it.
You really do?
Yeah, they'll want to set the tone,
like,
with their side of the ball.
In Super Bowl 49, the Patriots started off with the ball because they lost the coin toss. Like they really was like didn't like that. Like I was really.
I hated it. I was nervous.
I was nervous when that happened.
And then they didn't. No, they that drive stalled at around the 50. Next time they got it, Brady drove them down the field and threw the
They
pick.
threw the
All right,
pick.
all right.
That was such a bad pick.
This idea just popped in my head right now. So, you know how up until this upcoming season that the MLB All-Star Game has determined home field advantage? What if the winner of the Super Bowl got to choose the ball?
What?
That doesn't really make any
You know
sense.
what I mean? The Pro Bowl. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Pro Bowl.
What do
The
you-
Pro Bowl is
what-
before the Super Bowl.
That's what I mean. So the winner of the Pro Bowl,
But they always play on a neutral site game.
what does that mean?
They're playing.
It's not conference-wise?
No. I get what Chris is saying. He's saying if the it did.
Oh,
it's,
no, not
it's
the stadium.
It's conference again. It's they changed.
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. See that? So what do you think?
Oh, That's cute.
It's
Yeah.
it's to make
They
it,
never ever do.
At least it has like a point at that
I
time.
guess.
I mean,
'Cause
I could
never-
just see the teams in the Super Bowl laughing like the AFC won the Pro Bowl, so you guys get to
We get the
choose
ball.
if you want the ball or not.
Well, I
Brady
mean,
might be playing.
think
then.
about it. Think about it, because like I did not care. I mean, the All-Star game for
What does
baseball.
Brady be? I got to rely on Andy Dalton to win me the doll. Oh,
Well, Kirk Cousins
But the-
playing for the NFC.
okay.
Now
then they're
it's
screwed.
Well,
Patriots already won.
Like I
Just kidding.
really, I
I'm
mean,
kidding. I'm kidding.
The
Kirk
MLB
Cousins
All-Star
better than
game
Andy
was fun
Dalton.
to watch before they put that rule in, and I'm mad they took it out because I love watching it when there's actually something on the line, something
Yeah.
important. And
especially since the managers are the previous World Series winning managers, so the managers are from good teams
Right.
who conceivably have a shot of going to the World Series again. So it gives them more incentive to manage the game and keep players in. Honestly, for the NFL,
but they took it out.
yeah, they went to like they used to have like what was it like Chris Carter and Michael Irvin pick teams and like do it that way.
The draft.
I think it would
the
be better,
NHL did that for a while, and
but I
was
think it would be
stupid.
better if they were player drafts.
Yeah, they have player pick the team.
But in the NFL it was like old players.
okay.
If they had like current players, because it would kind of be cool to see like drama, like I don't know, like who gets slighted. Like if you had like, I don't know, the two best best quarterbacks on.
But
from
once
each-
once you like cut up the teams like that, it goes from like a game to a scrimmage in my mind.
and the biggest problem with the Pro Bowl is, and I just thought of this, and it's so
yeah,
true.
I want to talk about the Pro Bowl after this. Yeah, go.
I just
and
hate
I
the
think
Pro
Ben might
Bowl.
agree with this. The best players don't play.
Yeah,
They all back out.
And
who would
baseball,
wanna play in it?
you're guaranteed to see Mike Trout. You're guaranteed to see Miguel
you don't
Cabrera.
risk getting like
Basketball, you're gonna
hurt
see
in the-
LeBron.
baseball.
I'm gonna pull up the roster, the finalized roster.
How many people have been injured in the MLB All-Star game?
None.
Not many.
Okay. This. Oh wait.
And it's still very exciting. I'm not saying people get injured in the Pro Bowl. I'm saying they don't get injured because people don't try. They don't hit. They don't play football.
And
Andy Dalton's replacing Brady.
Like
It's
Brady's
funny.
not playing. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. Julio Jones isn't playing. Is Odell Beckham going to be playing in the game? Like I
Let
don't
me see.
like name a great player and he's probably not going to be playing in it.
Yeah.
Gronk obviously is out. He's not going to be playing. Like go down
Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke probably
Yeah.
will be.
Odell's playing.
Odell's playing.
Yeah.
Zeke-
So is Dez.
Is Zeke playing?
Yep.
Yeah, he probably will.
Wait, there's an asterisk next to his name. Hold on. Maybe he's not. No, he is. He's
Probably is that the asterisk for like a first timer.
All right,
Maybe.
whatever.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, I think that is what it is. But yeah, no, the good players don't play. They all back out.
Yeah,
So
and then
like
they
it's
might
like-
back out, and then they just dog it. And
Like I don't want to
like
see.
no
Andy-
one wants to see like if I want to watch people throw 70-yard bombs, I'll watch them in practice.
Or just watch college football.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, just yeah. Or just
But no,
wa-
but seriously,
The
like
skills thing is kind of cool though, because I watched the skills video from like 2006 Pro Bowl, and I was actually kind of intrigued.
They still- did they get
I
rid of
would,
that and bring it
I
back?
would actually watch the Pro
They are. They
Bowl
brought it back.
if
They're
it
doing it
had
this year.
some value to it. But it means
I've never watched a Pro Bowl. Probably won't. My favorite,
yeah.
honestly, NBA. I love it.
Well, since the Patriots
With
are in the bowl,
Slam
like
dunk.
Isn't the NBA All-Star game just like a 3-point contest at the end of it?
And-
Just people.
But like, I don't really watch the All Star game, but I like to watch the 3-point contest and the slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
Those things are fun.
since the
That's
Patriots
cool.
are in like the real bowl, I'll watch this and I'll be like, okay, this will be fun to watch.
But, like, what kind of-
before the
I mean, what you have like a field goal kicking contest, and like it's
Well,
no,
Justin
there's a skill
Tucker hit a
challenge.
75-yarder yesterday.
they do like quarterback accuracy, which is cool because the way they use
I
it.
remember
if
I used to see it was like Brady Carson Palmer and like Kyle Bowler or like Mark Bulger, like they were competing. This was back in like 04, 05.
I saw one with Peyton Manning, Trent Green, and I think it was like Breeze or something. Do it, but that was cool. And then I saw a wide receiver challenge with like Steve Smith and at Reggie Wayne and like
okay.
I think Jason Witten did it for some reason. That was cool. That was fun to watch.
I just thought of this.
And Donald Driver.
You brought up Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Think about how different the Patriots' path to the Super Bowl and the division would be every year if Nick Saban stayed with the Miami Dolphins and Drew Brees went there. Because Drew Brees almost went to the Dolphins.
He
Except
did. I thought he did play for the Dolphins for like a very short time.
He was on the Chargers,
Oh,
and they had a deal in place, but then like the Dolphins backed out because they didn't know about his
oh yeah,
shoulder
he had an
history.
injury, right? Yeah, that would have been.
His shoulder injury.
That
So
was a-
think
Man.
about that.
Who have their quarterbacks been since then? Some guy named Lemon, and then like
Cleo Lemon,
Cleo Lemon,
Chad Henne,
Jay Fiedler. Maybe that was before then. I don't know.
did Jay Feely play for them? They also had Chad Pennington for a year, who actually was there when they won the division when Brady was out. So, just food for thought.
Any of you guys in like Super Bowl square?
I don't really know
Nah,
how that really.
I've learned it a bunch of times, but I forget.
Yeah.
I'm not in it. I don't do anything. I'm just.
I'd rather
I
just
don't
pick
work
the
for a
game.
cool company, so I don't have one.
Yeah, my mom does it at her work. She doesn't know what she's
Yeah,
doing.
everyone who does them
My-
usually does it at work.
My
but
mom works at a hair salon, so
no squares.
she only knows Tom Brady, and that's it.
Okay, so
Mm.
And Quincy
just
Briscoe.
for some fun, you guys want to do score predictions?
I don't care. I'll do it.
What do you think?
Want to save it for next week?
Oh, we're gonna.
The game's not for 2 weeks.
I know, but all right, yeah.
Pro
sure.
Bowl's
We'll
Pro
wait a
Bowl's
week.
We'll
scored
keep-
today.
we'll keep you waiting.
Yeah, we'll keep you
We
waiting.
will keep you waiting.
Okay, we can think about it.
We can think
we
about
can think about it. That's what we do here at the game.
To be continued.
We think so. Hitting the 40-minute mark, I'd like to say thanks to all at home who listened today, and we'll see you next time.
Go Pats.